Thank you for stopping by to listen to my dad, Larry Witcher, otherwise known as the Professor of Useless Knowledge. I hope you enjoy it.
Let's get the Professor of Useless Knowledge in here. Let's get Larry here. Come on in, Larry.
Man, I'm coming in. I got more to do today than you going to give me time for.
Yeah, you trying to do it all on the last day of September?
Yeah, I've got to get it done this day.
Okay.
I want to say hello first to a man named Bud Bailey.
Okay.
Everyday listeners.
Hey, Bud.
I want to talk to Bud Bailey. And we're going down to Oxford, Georgia.
All right.
And say hello to Kenneth Mims, 90 years old, World War II veteran.
Okay.
Went into Burma. He was a mule skinner.
Okay.
That's the one that drives the wagon, Julio. Here. Now, this is in World War II, remember? We still had mule wagons being used even at that late a time in the military.
Yeah.
And he drove the mule wagon. He lives in Oxford, 90 years old, and they said he is still as sharp as a tack.
How about that? Yeah.
Yeah.
We salute him today.
We salute Kenneth Mims today. And we've already lost the butterfly. He done gone back. The Monarch Butterfly.
That's a big yellow one, ain't it?
That's the big orangish one with the black stripes and all.
Oh, okay.
He has a strange life, Julio.
All right.
Now, he comes up here every spring. And the adult only lives 2 to 5 weeks, Julio. But then there's another lifespan of the Monarch Butterfly that lives 7 to 9 months. So we've watched the butterfly for years, and it wasn't about 50 years ago that the science figured out how the butterfly can fly from down close to Mexico City all the way to Maine and Canada and stop off here in the short lifespan that he has. Because he's got to fly 2,000 miles, Julio. Now, if he lives 6 months, he could fly 2,000 miles pretty easily. But when he lives 2 to 5 weeks, that's impossible to fly that far.
Yeah.
And as I said, about 50 years ago, the science come up with that answer. What had happened, Julio, now, if he comes up here in spring,
yeah,
they leave in Mexico.
To come up here.
Come up this way. They stop off in Texas. They fly a few days, and they get to Texas. There they stop and mate, Julio, on the milkweed plant, which is a poisonous plant.
Okay.
On that milkweed plant, they leave their eggs, and then within 2 or 3 more, another week or 2, that butterfly dies, Julio. So the eggs on that milkweed plant stays there for another short period of time, and they hatch out into the little eggs, into a worm, the larva stage, which eats that milk plant, and it increases its size about 2,000 times its size as a larva. The larva is green, stripes, yellow, black, white stripes, and he stays there about 2 weeks till he turns into a butterfly. Then he flies off. He's got about a 5-week lifespan ahead of him. He flies north again and repeats that cycle again before he dies, and lays the eggs on the milkweed plant, and it takes 4 to 5 generations of the children to reach Maine and Canada and up through here.
Oh my gosh.
Now, how that little butterfly, the little children, the great-great-great-grand butterfly, how he knows where to go and how to go, science can't figure that out. But I could tell him if he asked me. See, the Lord created a butterfly.
Amen.
That's how it happened. But it takes 4 to 5 generations.
This all happens in one
one spring.
One spring.
One spring.
Spring and summer. Okay.
About 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
It happened within 3 or 4 months. They going up there. Take 4 to 5 generations to get up there, and then August, it's time for them to go. Late August, time for them to leave. They got to fly now 2,000 miles
to get back to Mexico City.
Back to Mexico.
Yeah.
Now that generation, which is the last generation that was born, they fly back. They got a 6 to 9 month lifespan, Julio.
The last ones, yeah.
The last generation. They fly all the way back. They do not mate. So that may be the secret there.
Do they lay their eggs?
They don't do nothing. They fly back.
They don't. Okay.
They don't lay no eggs up north.
They just go back.
They're going back. So since they don't mate, they got a 6 to 7 month lifespan. 7 to 9 months, some of them. They fly all the way back to Mexico and find the same tree that they're 4 generations ago nested in.
What about that?
And they stay there then until springtime next year. And that generation flies to Texas, finds a milkweed, lays the eggs, and then it dies.
What about that?
So their lifespan, their life cycle is they're 3 to 5 days they're an egg, 9 to 15 days they're the worm, the larvae, 9 to 14 days they transform into a beautiful butterfly. While they're headed north, then they got 2 to 5 more weeks to live as a butterfly. And during that period of time, they lay the eggs and die. But on the way back to Mexico, they got a 7 to 9 month lifespan.
That's interesting. That's amazing.
It is. That's something. No, let's see. Now we watch bluebirds every year build nest here at the house, and the little baby bluebird is hatched from an egg in the nest, and he never seen how to build a nest. But next year he knows how to build a nest.
Yeah.
And that butterfly leaves out for Mexico. No way in the world he could fly to Maine with a lifespan of 2 to 5 weeks. But he stops all along the way and hatches out another generation, and they continue the flight.
Okay, then. Thank you,
Now,
Mr. Know-It-All.
I hope y'all are not confused.
No, no, that's just interesting. I'm just baffled at the idea. And next time you see a monarch butterfly, think about how many miles and how many things he's got going on. How many
And we
travels.
want to be sure to salute Kenneth Mims today, 90 years old,
Today's
Oxford,
his
Georgia. This is your day.
Yeah.
And we appreciate your service in the military.
You betcha. Larry, thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow.
You're welcome.
Okay, there you go. That's Professor of Useless Knowledge, Larry Witcher.